Welcome to day 27 of Let's Get Exam Ready. In today's video, we look at the final question for paper 3. In question 3 of paper 3, we have 3 possible questions, and we're going to look at the final possible question today, which is all about avoiding bias. The question is worth 9 marks, and remember to score in the top mark band bracket. We're looking for a focused response that's fully accurate, and the key thing is to make sure we're using the stimulus. For this question, when you're reading the stimulus, think about bias. Think about how bias might have crept in when the study was designed. So maybe if the study was a questionnaire, think about how bias might have crept into the actual designing of the questions. Think about how bias might have occurred from the researcher's point of view. Was there anything that the researcher did or could have done that could have biased the study? And the same for the participants as well. So there's 3 types of bias to think about. Now, in the study, there might have been steps or measures that were taken to try and avoid the bias, because this question is not about was the study biased? It's about how can we avoid bias. So maybe there were things that the researcher actually did to avoid bias. We can talk about them. But if there aren't, and you need to think about this, consider ones that could be taken. Consider measures, consider steps that could be taken if this study was replicated to reduce and avoid bias in the future. So it's not a yes or no response. We're not looking to say yes, this study was biased, or no, it wasn't biased. We're trying to think of actual measures or strategies that could be used by the researcher to avoid bias. Now, your response to this question will depend on whether the stimulus involves qualitative or quantitative research. There are some ideas here of strategies that you could suggest, but you must make sure that if it's a quantitative research, you're using the ideas from the quantitative column. If the study involved qualitative research, then use the ideas from the qualitative column. And you can see there are some similarities, but for example, reflexivity is a concept that should not be talked about if the study involved quantitative research. Finish looking at paper 3 now, and tomorrow's video is going to look at the top 10 common mistakes that psychology students make in their psychology exams. This will hopefully help you avoid making these mistakes in your own upcoming exams.